They could, but we were stuck on the... Okay, I think we're back. Sorry, we were experiencing technical freaking Shush! Shush! We were experiencing technical difficulties. Let me just put us back to the chat room real quick. Because that was hilarious, what we were just saying. Alright. Yeah, that was weird. The stream just ended right then and there. I was like, nah, I can't do this. You're crazy.
Yeah, you're crazy. You know, it's contagious. Stop it.
Yeah, I know. We were kind of at the end of the show anyway, but we can't leave.
We weren't.
Yes, we can't
You
leave.
didn't even color.
I'll color one thing, okay?
You weren't even shading your freaking lining.
I have to outline it first. You ready?
Kill this man said.
You ready? You ready?
I'm ready.
Wait a minute. I can't even continue because you can't see it. You can't.
No, I can't.
So that means you won't even see me color it. I'll wait.
Wait, how can I see it though? I want to see it.
The only way you can see it is if you're watching the stream.
You know what? You suck. You suck real bad, man.
It's not my fault. It's Streamlabs or Discord, one of the two. Or both. They just don't like each other. I just want to capture some video, dang it. But no. Streamlabs is like, no, I can't do that while you're streaming something else. Shut the heck up. Stop it. Silent as heck. Oh, man. Hey.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's any sea grapes still.
What, you didn't stock up again?
Every time I stock up, I eat all of them on the same day.
Boy.
They're good.
Your stock.
They're good. And I
can't binge the stock.
I can't help it. Oh, speaking of, there's fruit in the other room. I should have taken the time while we were down to go get some. But now's the perfect time.
Yeah, I should have made a sandwich.
Now is the perfect time to use that one taking a break slide again. Hold on. Don't worry, chat. I'll get this. Watch. Break time. I spelled break wrong. Break time.
Breck.
Break time. B-R-E-C-K. Break time.
What? That is
Yeah, it's horrible.
word.
Shot. Alright, let's add a new source, and then we're gonna do image. Yeah.
I won't be able to see it, will I?
No, but I'll let you know. New image.
You suck.
I spelt brick again. What the heck, man?
Again.
I don't know. Browse. This, right? And then we're going to art, and then going to that, and then I think it's projects. Aha! Found it. Taking a short break. Let's get this freaking image out of here. Remove. Yes. Does that remove it from the error thing? No. Good. Good. What hotkey should I set this to?
Hotkey.
Yes, hotkey.
I don't know.
Alright. I'll figure it out. Hold on. Hold on, everybody. I'm working on it. I don't know why I didn't put this up earlier. Alright, so... we got all the way to 5? Which one is this one? Switch to scene. Six. Numpad 6, whatever. Okay. Okay. Everybody, we're about to take a short break. Hold on to your hats, get some popcorn or something, I don't know. Do whatever you need to do to stay hydrated and well fed. Wash your hands. We'll be back. I'm getting some apples or something. I don't know.
Ooh, apples.
Yeah. So yeah, short break. Okay. Break's over, I guess. Welcome back, everybody. I hope you got some popcorn, some sandwiches, some freaking apples and fruit, something. Uh, hope you drank water and washed your hands. And yeah, so we're back.
Can they
Anyway,
hear me?
yeah, they can hear you.
Did they hear me when I said something about Thanksgiving?
No.
Oh,
Yeah, we were on break,
well,
so
I'm really excited for Thanksgiving.
we were on break,
There's
so they couldn't
food.
hear any of us, either of us at all. So it's fine.
Yeah. The food. I'm seeing so many commercials with green bean casserole, and I just want to reach for the screen and
Don't
yank it out of their
fall
freaking
for
face.
the trap, woman.
How can I not?
Turn off the
And it's
TV.
sir, thank you.
What?
And it's sir, thank you.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
When?
Just now.
You're gonna change it back in like 5 minutes.
Yeah, what about it?
You turd.
Uh,
You can't pull that on me. I know you. I know you. You can't do that.
whatever I want.
This isn't America. Yeah, American Dream.
What? Well, yes, this is America. Where are you?
American Dream. What is
The
this?
American dream. What even is the American dream?
Beer on a couch.
Huh?
Yes.
Drugs on the couch? What did you say?
Beer. Couldn't help yourself, could you?
No one couldn't control. I'm so sorry. Well, that's how you know a sandwich was good.
You just ate it. What?
Yeah. That's how you know it was good.
Okay. Science
I'm
says no.
so sorry, audience.
That's the opposite.
What was I gonna say?
I don't know.
So where do you want to start? Where we left off?
Where did we leave off?
I think the rock with paper.
Nah, we can start anywhere on that note.
Yep.
He already lost. He died. So.
He died.
Yeah. The paper started crumpling. So he died.
Oh, hey, by the way, speaking of The Rock,
Uh-huh.
I watched his new movie because of Disney Day, like a Disney Plus Day or Disney Day, and it was on Disney Plus, and I got to watch it with Mom, and it was really good. Jungle Cruise. There's a lot of twists and turns and a lot of things that you don't expect, and he's good. Kind of reminds me of another movie that he was in, the two Jumanji remakes.
Uh-huh.
Pretty good. Very full of himself. But
I've
he's
never
good.
actually seen that movie.
Which one? The Jumanji remakes?
Both, or either of them, actually. Both of them,
they're
yeah.
really good. Some of them are some of the best movies that I've seen in a while. They give you that nostalgic feeling, that warm setting, the warm tone. It's not like overly cringy, but it's still a kid's movie.
I guess so.
It kind of reminds you of like the old days.
I don't know. I can't say yes or no until I see it, but still.
Yeah. No, you should see it.
Knowing how,
Both of them.
I don't know what it is, but knowing how movies feel these days, to me, I feel like it's gonna be more of the same. But, I don't know.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? Oh, there was like a little TikTok discussion about a woman who started this trend of what do we need more in movies nowadays? And
Weirdness.
a lot of people said people with relatively like slightly messed up teeth. Like not perfect teeth, not the whitest of the white teeth,
You mean
no cavities, no sign of any
general,
damage or breakage. Normal teeth.
normal teeth?
Yes, we need more of that. And then I said we need more warm tone settings. Like, because all of these movies I've noticed, especially even, like, you take the first episode of Modern Family to the last episode of Modern Family, you can totally see a shift in, like, their mood. And I swear to God, it's because of the tones that they make these shows in anymore. They just turn it ultra cool toned, where it looks just so I think the word's desolate and just like decaying and just I don't know. I think the warmth has a lot to do with the betterment of movies.
Yeah.
Unless they're like a Tim Burton movie or something like that, then the cool tones will work. But if you're like a normal life type of thing, Warm tones really are the way to go because it gives the brain a sense of comfort. I mean, even if bad things happen in the movie, it still gives the brain a sense of comfort, and that's what I've learned. Like with LED lights and stuff, how we learned it in school, certain colors do different things for your mental. I don't remember which one does what, but it all has to do with like light tone, lighting, tone, all that kind of stuff, color. Whereas like murder movies, there's gonna be like that weird lighting and stuff like that. So it's to be expected. But with like family movies or shows that aren't really dark, there's like of course bad things that happen, but it's not like a sad show or movie or anything like that. It's pretty good. They put like really weird tones in it, and it just kind of throws everything off. Like there's something off. You can't really pinpoint what. I think it's because of the setting.
It is to a degree. But what I think movies need a lot more of is a lot less horrible writing, right? And
Pretty much, yeah.
CGI. If they want to do effects, they should probably start doing a little more of the stuff that they used to do back in like the 90s or the 80s movies where they didn't have computer generated stuff to make it look pristinely good to where it's fake. They used real effects, you know?
Yeah, no, I know. That's the thing that scares me is like there's rumors that Hollywood is shifting all the movies, especially kid actors. I think it's possibly due allegedly to some law or something that's going to be in play soon that all kid actors are going to be CGI.
Why?
I heard that from a couple different sources. Allegedly.
Well, that doesn't give kids a chance, but okay.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. And some people say it's because, they get to finally have normal childhoods and stuff like that, but I don't know. Kids make a movie for me. Like Stranger Things, the kids make that show. It's literally about the kids.
Instead of spending all the money to CGI a kid into a movie, why not just push towards making people not ruin kids' lives from being in a movie? I don't know.
Yeah, like have a ultra protective thing around the child, even if the parent isn't a good parent, at least have some type of legal guardian through the industry to protect them type of thing. No, it's a whole mess. But I heard rumors that they're slowly starting to shift a lot of actors to CGI.
Weird.
Yeah,
They're shifting a lot of everything to CGI.
and robots.
Oh, another good thing that movies need is good music.
Yes, I agree.
If the writing sucks and the actors are doing their best with what they could and the tone is off, then the music has to come in to at least hold up the movie slightly. Um, Preferably not like songs that you would definitely just hear on the radio or anything like that. What do you call them? Composers. They need jobs. Get them to make music for you.
Yeah, I think it's. How am I gonna say this? Okay. Like, for instance, the newest Cruella movie, that soundtrack was absolutely fabulous. It was all of the older songs of that time, the 1960s, almost 70s, I think. They had music from around that time. The whole soundtrack was just, awesome songs. It was a great soundtrack, fantastic, and made the movie even better. I would like to see more old time songs of the good ones. But I would also like to see people doing similar things of like old songs, like giving it an old timey feel, but with a modern twist. Like
What?
even just in the lyrics, like how modern day is right now, and they have like old-timey sound where, they make good music where it can kind of sound like the old-timey music, but it's new type of thing. I don't know. I just hate the, especially with Target commercials. I know it's not a movie or anything, but like Target commercials music absolutely sucks in my opinion.
Sounds like you had to run it.
Absolutely freaking sucks.
Well,
Huh? What?
commercial movies. Commercials have notoriously horrible music, so that it's so annoying that people remember it. But what I mean by music is not just like songs with lyrics or songs that are, made by someone outside of the actual movie, but interactive music per se. The songs that shift with the scenes, but it's still one song.
Oh.
I don't know a good example. Most of them are like The Iron Giant or a lot of animated movies that aren't Disney, and a couple of old movies back then. The Matrix even. Freaking awesome music.
I can't really think of the music from Iron Giant, let
Yeah.
alone The Matrix.
It's not music that you would remember on its own. It's supposed to be music that you will remember with the movie. So if you remember the
Oh
scene,
yeah.
you'll most likely remember the music. Even if you don't, like, you could imagine what the music sounds like, and that would probably be what it is. That would be weird if, like, in Iron Giant, you heard something that you would hear on the radio at the time in that movie. Kind of throws it off, doesn't it?
Mhm. Kind of like how the Charlie Brown song, and there's no lyrics or nothing. It is just music, but you
It's
know where it's from.
and it's the Charlie Brown song. Charlie's Brown.
Mhm. Charlie Brown song.
Yeah. That song was
Charlie.
specifically made for Charlie Brown, and it wasn't generic strings and trumpets. I always hate, especially in superhero movies, where it's sure they're made for the movie by composers and whatnot, but a lot of actiony music sounds exactly alike. Not really exactly, but very, 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 very similar.
Yeah. No, it does. Um, one thing about movies and television shows is like when one of the characters is trying to hide something from another character, and then that character suspects what's going on. They make it completely obvious with their acting,
Yeah.
and the character either picks up on it right away, or they don't at all, but the entire audience is like, "Are you kidding me? You're just giving it away." I want more convincing acting
Yeah.
from the characters, not the actors.
Draw it out a little bit, you know? Not
Yeah,
dr-
like freaking fool the audience at that point.
Yeah.
Even though we see the foreshadow, you could still convince us.
It's weird. It's almost like they have this cartoony way of hiding things in every movie.
Absolutely.
Oh, I'm not doing anything. Sorry. Excuse me.
Monica Geller.
Yeah.
Anything that she wants to hide from Rachel, it's like you can see it from a mile away.
Yeah. At that point, if you hide things like that, at least write it to where, it's realistic, as in, like, they know, the people who's suspicious really just knows. Like, you suck at hiding things. I already know what you're doing. Why are you doing this?
Some do, but I mean, like, no. Give me a convincing lies.
Yeah, there's not
And
enough.
not just the lies to fool the audience, but lies to actually fool the characters.
Yeah, like any of the movies where they're doing something and then another person pops up and then they turn around all fast and heavy breath and are like, "Huh? What? I'm not doing anything." That's pretty easy. I'd get it if, that person who came out of nowhere startled them, but I mean, that's how you should act in that situation. But if you're hiding something, that's a dead giveaway. I keep thinking of Iron Man for some reason. I don't know why. I barely watched. I don't even remember the movie that much. The first Iron Man, I think.
Well, I'm just mostly thinking about Monica Geller and whatever she has to hide sometimes.
From what?
Well, like when she hides stuff from Rachel, she tries to hide stuff from Ross, or she tries to hide stuff from any of them, honestly.
Oh,
Like when
from
her and
Friends.
Chandler, yeah, from Friends, when like her and Chandler actually were starting to date, they didn't want to tell anyone yet. And then when Joey found out, she was just blatantly like obvious, and I don't understand how none of them got it. But Joey, of all of them.
Dang, woman, have some context for the freaking chat. I'm kidding. Anyway, uh, that kind of lying, I don't know. They just kind of took it and ran with it. Hollywood, man. Jeez.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
What I want to know is, why is it that all of us, are more prone to go back in time, basically, and watch those movies from those eras instead of the ones that's coming out now? Like, even the ones we haven't seen at all as children, we all still enjoy more than the new movies these days. Like, what was an old one that I've never seen before?
You cut out real bad. I thought you were gone. What'd you say?
Oh, hold on. Internet just freaking spazzed for a minute. Stream is disconnected. Attempting to reconnect. A few seconds. Okay, there we go. I think I'm back. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. So, it seems like like all of us, everybody, likes the older movies and are more prone to just finding old movies than we are to watching the new ones. Is that
Mhm.
weird? That's weird, isn't it?
It is weird, and it shouldn't be that way. But the way that they write movies is either completely based on nostalgia, or it is so bad that it's unwatchable.
Yeah, and
Like I don't know why it's so hard for other people to write movies, but it does go in with, not wanting to offend the masses and appeal to the masses to get the most money. It really does have to do with that. Which it did back in the day. I'm not saying it didn't, but it was such a different time in the world where more things could be said, type of thing, especially in movies and TV shows. And it still come across, okay. But
well,
nowadays it's like you have to be really careful.
I think the only good movies out here today are the ones that people actually consider art instead of, a cash grab or a continuation of a universe that used to be art for the cash. Like Marvel.
I- Well, Marvel's not bad. It's not bad at all, but I how do I say this?
I mean, Marvel
I
isn't.
I think they're too careful with movies, honestly.
Yeah, Marvel isn't that bad, but it definitely isn't great at all. It it could be a lot better. There was kind of a rocky golden zone that they had, but it's turning into like the same old freaking freaking superhero movie. Yeah, some people die here and there, but at the same time, that's every movie now in Marvel. I didn't I don't know when I
Mm.
stopped with Marvel. I think it was after like Spider-Man 2 or something like that. But yeah, pretty much the same sort of story. Same sort of story. Even if it is a continuation of another story, it's just the same thing. The climax of the story is always either a huge battle or well, yeah, that's pretty much it, a huge battle. And then in the end, either everyone fails and it's kind of a somber note, or everyone who lives wins, and then they just kind of go off and do their own thing. And it's like, dun, 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 superhero, dun, dun, dun. Yeah, it's the same thing.
Yeah, I agree. I There's so many movies to really think about, but when I think about it, it's like I think about, okay, American Horror Story, for instance. It started off good. Like with Murder House, it started off good. Asylum was their best. It was literally the American Horror Story. Coven, it was okay, but it lacked. Everything after that was pretty weirdly weak in different spots. I think what they overplayed, and yes, you can overplay it even in a horror story, is unnecessary SA scenes, unnecessary R scenes. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When you do unnecessary stuff just to get a reaction, just to freak or fuck with your audience, that's where it becomes unwatchable and just flat out why. Like it adds nothing to the story, really. Like I know it's horror story, but there are many other horrors than SA and R.
What is SA? Oh, never
Sexual
mind.
assault.
Assault? What?
Yes.
I didn't know that was that common. Okay.
Yeah. That's why I actually stopped watching American Horror Stories because every season, without fail, there would be at least one of them or multiple of them in scenes throughout the season. So unnecessary, added absolutely nothing to the story. And
Yeah.
it's just like just because it's American Horror Story does not mean that that has to be in every season or every season. That's why I actually enjoyed this newest season because they had nothing of that. Nothing of that whatsoever. And that, I feel like they actually did listen to their fan base. But I don't know why, when they took that out, it was one of the weakest seasons ever. And the ending, I didn't even realize it was an ending. They just abruptly ended it. It wasn't canceled or anything. But it's like you couldn't even tell it's an ending.
Well,
Like the
sometimes that's how
finale.
steroids. That's how stories end sometimes. You don't really know when it ends. Nobody's really good at endings actually. Uh except the Iron Giant. But still. Um it's very hard to end a story. I'll give him that.
Yeah.
I'll give him that a little bit. It is very hard to end a story. Especially if you dragged it on. On. Series of like that's if you write an entire show, that's probably like bigger than 2 or 3 books. That's a lot of writing.
Yeah.
But
I
yeah,
understand there's got to be filler for some of it, but there's such thing as good filler. There is such thing as good, necessary, helpful filler. It doesn't have to be absolute crap. And I don't know why. I just don't understand why they don't allow help with writing. Like with the Game of Thrones, I don't understand. They were so tired and run down, they were ready to call it quits on the show, and they took think 2-3 years to write the finale, or finale season at that.
Yeah.
And it was just like, why didn't you call for help? I don't understand why it's not a thing to call for help.
I know why, at least for writers. It's the same thing as if you are drawing something and you get so tired after drawing so much of it. You don't want to call for help because the person who comes in, especially in Hollywood, would possibly just derail the entire show more than the fatigue of writing it would. You know?
I think if it's going to damage the reputation of the entire show, or if it has the ability to damage the reputation of the entire show or movie, it is not worth not bringing in help.
It's a gamble, honestly, especially in that industry, because Star Wars did this, and oh boy, the last two Star Wars movies wasn't exactly the greatest because they brought in a new writer after all the other writers kind of either got bad reviews or got fatigued. They called in help, and it got worse. So yeah, it's a gamble for sure.
Yes, it's a gamble, but there's also such thing as, reading it, saying no to certain things, and really playing it out. I don't know.
It's a lot of tension and a lot of legal work and paperwork and contracts that stop them from doing that sort of thing. Because once you call in help, you gotta do all the paperwork and sign all the contracts to actually have that person officially in, and you gotta give someone the creative direction, not the creative direction, make them the creative director of the writing or something like that for a moment. And when that happens, their ideas might conflict with the ones that are already in the writing, and that might derail the entire thing. It happened before. That's like in my story. If I get to a certain point, I'm so tired of writing the story. If I brought someone in to write more of it, who knows? They might change the entire history of things from one little event that apparently they can now do, or like apparently a character can do all of a sudden, and they don't say why, or they do say why, and it just kind of does not work with the rest of the story. Most of the time it's because the writers don't usually look at the other stories made, or they keep trying to go with so much of a different stuff, like a difference or a different thing, to where it's too far away from the original work, you know?
That's where the careful teamwork comes in, because you don't have to have another whole writer. You could have an idealist, basically, where they give you ideas, they throw you some theories, they throw you some questions, kind of like how I am with you and your story.
Yeah.
I'm not writing the story for you, but I'm giving you ideas, and it's made you write a few different things to add to your story. Exactly. So why is that so hard? Or getting getting friends of just their own, to help them bounce ideas off them. I'm sure they have some intellectual friends that could help them. Doesn't all have to be of legal work.
I know.
think it's just improper something. It's completely. It doesn't have to be that hard. That's what I'm trying to say.
It doesn't
have to be that hard.
It's usually other people that make it hard, or the lack of it's like they probably did want some help, and they probably did want to ask someone, but to me it seems like they were pretty scared to do so because they didn't want to like tarnish the writing. And
Game of Thrones did.
I know your idea and what you've done with me in my story. Not everyone works well like that, though. I'm sure there was a lot of fights in the writing room when they were coming up with ideas. And then they didn't want to bring anyone else in to make it worse, so. Not just Game of Thrones, but any writing, really.
Yeah, I know. What am I saying? I think when you have actual people like your fans writing on you for this ending, an ending that they actually deserved, and stuff like that, an ending that your characters deserve and you deserve to give, they give you the opposite of that.
Pretty
And
much.
they're like, why don't you like it? Why don't you like it? And they're like, well, this isn't what we asked for. We wanted this to happen because this character worked so hard and they deserve this. You just killed them, type of thing. Like, what was all of that build up for Daenerys Targaryen? Like, her being just an amazing woman, a badass, and then going mad, type of thing, and then just her boyfriend freaking killing her.
Brother.
It's like, it's I don't know. I don't know how else they could have done that. It would take a lot of like thought process, but I would have rather seen a suicide, honestly, because he was not supposed to kill her.
No, that was.
That's just how I think.
I only seen that part of the ending, really. But yeah, that was kind of weird. He didn't have to do it. Honestly, it would be better if. This might still be a bad idea, but it would be better if the dragon actually killed her.
Or Cersei, if Cersei didn't turn out pregnant. Like, that whole writing of Cersei getting pregnant with her child? Fourth child? However many child? Her getting pregnant was the downfall of her character, because she couldn't do jack shit. Because she was pregnant. And I don't think it was because she was pregnant in real life. It was just because her character was pregnant. And when a character is pregnant, you cannot do certain things with that character. Or let alone that actor can't do certain things because of their character being pregnant. So she couldn't fight. She just died, got crushed.
I mean, they can.
That was the worst ending ever.
They could write it in a way where, the pregnant people cannot do as much as they used to be able to because of the pregnancy, but they could still do stuff. When you're pregnant, you're not like completely immobile and completely unable to do anything. It's just
she wasn't. She was still up and running.
It's just you have to be
basically
careful and things happen like health issues and just labor. What do you call that?
Labor pain?
Yeah, sure. Let's go with that. The pains of having another person inside of you for like however long you have it. But yeah, she could still, at least however far along she is, she could still just move around. She could probably fight to an extent. However, she would be terrible at it. And they didn't have to make her do nothing. Characters don't have to do nothing once they're pregnant. Just believable enough to where, I mean, they could do something believable enough to where, like, they're not doing backflips and freaking somersaulting onto a tightrope and fighting some dude while everything's on fire or something like that. No, they're gonna struggle as a character to do these things, and that's how it should be. Like, they shouldn't be unable to do anything. They should just struggle to do whatever they need to. In which, in Game of Thrones, if she struggled to escape the castle, but Jaime made it out, he could have been the one to try to kill Daenerys.
Yeah.
That would have been better.
But the thing is like, why was Cersei the only one that got pregnant? She wasn't the only one shacking up with everyone. For all we know, freaking Daenerys was pregnant with Jon Snow's kid. Because there was no condoms back then, especially in a fantasy world. And they had plenty of it. They did plenty of that shit. And the way that, I don't remember what it was, but there was something that was, alluding to her actually being pregnant, never came of anything. With Sansa and her fucking douchebag of a husband that, was abusing her all that time. How did she not get pregnant type of thing? It's like there could have been so many pregnancies. Why did it have to be Cersei? I wanted to see her be a fighter. I wanted to see her fight freaking Daenerys. 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 I wanted to see them fight so bad. They should have. That's what it all was leading up to, was them gonna fight, and they never did. Because you know what? She got pregnant.
You know what's funny?
What's funny?
They could have made them both get pregnant and then fight. The stakes would have been so much higher.
That would have been weird. Because then the men would be all weird and shit.
No, they wouldn't.
I would have I wouldn't want any of them to be pregnant. I mean, they could be secretly pregnant and still fight, but that just ruined it for me.
I'd say if they're pregnant, they both have to be if they're gonna fight each other. If not, none of them have to be if they're gonna fight each other. It's just they have to be sort of like not really even playing fields because one of them has a freaking dragon, but the stakes have to be kind of even for them. They're both gonna lead it, no matter or depending on who wins. They both could easily murder each other. They both would or would not have a kid on the way, something like that. That's high stakes right there. And that would be such a strange scene that it would be so, to me at least, like interesting to see who would win and how. Instead of, this one guy coming in with a dagger, this chick barely fighting, she dies, and that's it. Just like, oh, I burned down the city. Oh, you're coming here to kill me. Okay, do it. Boom. That's it. Well, like I said though, nobody really knows how to make an ending.
No. Not even Stephen King. I know, who are we to judge, but I don't know. I've watched a lot of movies in my time, I've watched a lot of shows in my time, and it's almost like you can see what kind of ending
deadlines
they go for.
Sorry,
you
chat.
think they're gonna go for, and then they don't.
Just they like their story, but they were pretty much done. And people wanted an ending before they could actually end it, so.
If you're gonna write something, you gotta prepare for an ending. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh, jeez, hold on.
What about cheese?
Something just happened.
Oh.
Can't hear a thing. Can you hear me? Yeah, what happened to mine, too? Mine did, too. Weird. What? That's weird. All of, like, as soon as your audio cut out, so did mine. And something is going on with Discord? Not Discord, what is this? Something's going on with the stream again? Weird. Is it this? Oh no, did it freeze? Alright chat, it looks like my audio capturing software has frozen again. So give me a second, I'm just gonna have to restart.
A lot of people that have cats are unknowingly doing something that is shortening their pet's life. I've been a veterinarian for 45 years, and I've treated thousands of cats.
Once you started working on Mr. Toodles, he improved dramatically, and I think you gave him probably an extra couple of years. Yeah.
Squeaky is 22 years old. She's been on my program since a kitten. She has literally not been sick in her life. There's one simple thing you could do that could lengthen the life of your cat. Their eyes will become brighter. Their fur will become softer, and you'll see an actual glow to their fur. And you could apply these for your pet right at home.
All right, chat. All I know is I can't hear the music. That's it. So we're just gonna continue, I guess. It's still playing, apparently. Yeah. But no, I can't hear my own music. That sucks, man. That sucks. Open volume mixer. Come on, let's see what's going on. This? Nothing? Of course. Say something? What? Speak up. Say it again. Okay, that's so weird. It works, but like, I don't know. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, that good stuff. Hello. No, it's broken. Well, nothing I can do. Wait a minute, they can't hear you. Because I'm looking at the audio thing, and every time you talk, the bar's not going up. Well, that sucks. Ah. Well, it's not something I could have figured out before the stream. It's errors that happen during. Sorry. Because this can happen on any stream at any time. Yes, it could possibly happen outside of a test stream, and I wouldn't know how to fix that until it happens. This is the only time it has happened, so I'm trying to figure it out, really. I did. Uh-huh. Yes, and this is a good time to end the show because of so many difficulties now. Don't know what it is. I really don't. But the audio's broken. No. No, they don't know about streaming. Yes, but we use something different. This is on Twitch. They use stuff on the PlayStation. PlayStation is easy, but nobody usually watches those things. Anyway, chat, let's just set this here, yes. When life gives you lemons, don't make lemonade. Do something different. Make a lemonade stand. Yeah, they could hear you. Up until the audio cut. Just now, like 5 minutes ago. Yes, they heard that. So anyway, we're gonna end the stream now, and I hope you guys have a good night. It's like 11:30. Thank God it's still Monday. This is like the first time I get to say goodbye to you guys while it's still the same night, I think, in a while. So have a good one. See you tomorrow. Not tomorrow. See you next time. I don't know when the heck I'm gonna stream. What's it to you just said bye. Keep an eye out, because, you know, these streams are actually kind of fun when you get into it. It might be a little difficult to get into it, but now that we're going to start doing them on Monday nights, maybe it might be a little easier for the rest of us to get on. But who knows? I'm still going to try to stream here and there. So, without further ado, I'll see you guys later, and have a good one. She says, oh, hold on. Yeah, she says bye, and she says thank you to Duckman. Baby Duckman, I forget his actual name. Something like that. You know the spiel on YouTube, like, follow, subscribe, all that good stuff. See you guys next time. Peace.